10 fruits that can be more dangerous for seniors when misused or overeaten. We've been told all our lives that fruits are always healthy, but if you're over 60, some fruits can quietly spike your blood sugar, inflame your joints, and even interfere with your medications without you realizing it. You eat them thinking they're helping, but they may be the hidden reason your legs feel heavier, your energy drops after meals, or your joint pain won't let go. Because as your body ages, not all fruits treat you the same. Some become silent troublemakers, triggering inflammation, swelling, or dangerous sugar crashes. In today's video, we'll reveal 10 popular fruits that seniors should be cautious with and what to eat instead to stay strong, sharp, and mobile. This is the fruit list no one's talking about, but every senior should see. Subscribe now so you never miss health advice that protects your body as it changes. Fruit number 1, grapes, nature's candy or silent sugar trap. They look harmless, tiny, juicy, easy to pop into your mouth by the handful. But for seniors, grapes can be one of the sneakiest health hazards hiding in your fruit bowl. Most people think of grapes as a light, refreshing snack, and they are. But here's the catch. They're nearly all sugar. In fact, one small bunch of grapes, just a cup, can contain up to 24 grams of sugar. That's more than what you'll find in a small candy bar. And unlike fruits with fiber-rich skin or dense pulp, grapes are absorbed extremely fast, leading to sharp spikes in blood sugar. For seniors with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, this can be dangerous. But even if your blood sugar seems fine, those repeated spikes can quietly trigger inflammation, accelerate joint breakdown, drain your energy, and lead to silent circulation damage over time. Ever feel shaky or tired shortly after a bowl of grapes? That crash isn't in your head. It's a blood sugar spike and dip, and it puts more strain on your heart and nerves with every bite. But there's another layer most people miss. Grapes are among the most pesticide-contaminated fruits on the market. According to the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen, grapes consistently rank high for chemical residue, even after washing. Those chemicals don't just sit on the surface. They can seep into the thin skin and be hard to remove, potentially affecting your gut health, liver function, and even blood thickness if you're on medications like blood thinners. If you're taking warfarin, clopidogrel, or any medication to control clotting or blood pressure, grapes can interact negatively by thinning the blood too much or not enough, depending on your body. Does that mean you have to give them up completely? Not necessarily. But portion control and awareness are everything. Here's how to be smart about grapes. Stick to 6 to 8 grapes per serving, not handfuls. Pair them with a protein or fat like nuts or cheese to slow absorption. Choose organic whenever possible to reduce pesticide load. And avoid raisins. They're even more concentrated in sugar and stripped of water and fiber. Grapes aren't evil, but for seniors, they're a fruit that demands respect because your body's sensitivity to sugar, chemicals, and circulation risk increases with age. Coming up next, a fruit that's tropical, golden, and loaded with enzymes, but may secretly inflame your joints and disturb your blood sugar more than you realize. Let's talk about bananas. Fruit number 2, bananas. The friendly fruit that can turn on you after 60 soft, sweet, and easy to digest. Bananas are one of the first fruits we feed children, and one of the last many seniors give up. But as your body ages, this popular fruit may not be as friendly as it seems. Bananas are high in natural sugars and fast-digesting carbohydrates. Just one medium banana contains about 22 grams of sugar and very little fiber, especially when it's fully ripe and covered in brown spots. That makes it one of the fastest spiking fruits for blood glucose. For seniors, this matters more than ever. As we age, insulin sensitivity declines, and sugar isn't processed as efficiently. Even if you're not diabetic, these constant sugar surges can trigger silent inflammation, increased joint stiffness, energy crashes, and a higher risk of belly fat and circulation problems. But it doesn't stop there. Bananas are rich in potassium, which is normally a good thing. However, for seniors with kidney issues, high blood pressure, or those on potassium-sparing medications like ACE inhibitors or diuretics, too much potassium can lead to dangerous heart rhythm problems and stress the kidneys further. Bananas also contain tyramine, a compound that can interact with certain medications and trigger migraines or blood pressure spikes in sensitive individuals. And if you eat bananas thinking they'll ease digestion, think again. While they're soft, they're also known to cause bloating and constipation in some people. Can expect. So, does this mean bananas are bad for everyone over 60? Not necessarily, but they need to be eaten smarter. Here's how. Stick to half a banana, preferably less ripe, more resistant starch, your encourage slower digestion. Pair it with nuts, chia seeds, or Greek yogurt to reduce the sugar impact. Avoid bananas if you're already dealing with high potassium levels, chronic kidney disease, or certain medications. Bananas may look gentle on the outside, but for many seniors, they can quietly upset your blood, digestion, and balance. Next up, a tropical fruit known for its enzymes and sweetness, but one that could quietly be increasing your pain. Let's talk pineapple. Fruit number 3, pineapple, the sweet enzyme bomb that can aggravate inflammation. It's tropical, juicy, and bursting with flavor. Pineapple is often celebrated for its anti-inflammatory enzyme, bromelain, and many people eat it believing it will reduce swelling and support digestion. But here's what most seniors don't realize. While pineapple may offer some benefits in small, targeted amounts, eating it regularly or in excess can quietly worsen joint pain, blood sugar, and stomach health. Let's break it down. Pineapple is extremely high in fructose, a natural sugar that digests rapidly and hits the bloodstream fast. 1 cup contains about 16 grams of sugar, and because pineapple is low in fat and fiber, it causes an immediate spike in blood glucose. For seniors dealing with insulin resistance, arthritis, or inflammation-related diseases, this kind of spike can make symptoms worse, especially in the knees, ankles, and fingers. Now about bromelain, the famous enzyme found in pineapple's core. Yes, it has anti-inflammatory properties. But here's the truth. To get therapeutic amounts, you'd have to consume a large quantity of raw pineapple core, which most people avoid due to its toughness and acidity. In most regular servings, the bromelain content is too low to counteract the sugar and acid load. And that brings us to the next issue, acidity. Pineapple is one of the most acidic fruits, and for seniors with sensitive stomachs, acid reflux or ulcers, it can trigger burning in the chest gas or bloating, worsening of inflammation in the joints. Some seniors also report nerve sensitivity after eating pineapple regularly, likely due to the combination of acidity and rapid sugar absorption. So what can you do? If you love pineapple, stick to a few small chunks only with a meal, never on an empty stomach. Avoid pineapple juice. It's concentrated sugar without fiber. Choose papaya or berries instead, which offer enzymes and antioxidants without the sugar overload. Pineapple may feel tropical and healing, but for aging bodies, it can quietly fuel the very pain you're trying to fight. Coming up next, a fruit that's nearly all water, but hides a sugar trap that can leave you drained and inflamed. Let's talk about watermelon. Fruit number 4, watermelon. The sugar surge disguised as hydration. It's the fruit of summer. Juicy, refreshing, and over 90% water. Watermelon seems like the perfect choice for seniors looking to hydrate and stay light. But don't let the water fool you. Watermelon is one of the most deceptive fruits for aging bodies. While it feels cool and harmless, it delivers a sugar surge that can disrupt blood flow, spike inflammation, and leave you feeling tired, bloated, or off balance. Let's talk numbers. One medium slice of watermelon contains around 18 to 20 grams of sugar, but very little fiber, protein, or fat to slow down its absorption. This means the natural sugar hits your bloodstream quickly, leading to a blood sugar spike, followed by a crash, swelling, or joint stiffness in those with inflammation, and even dizziness or fatigue, especially in seniors with unstable blood pressure or insulin sensitivity. You might feel fine while eating it. But that post-watermelon slump an hour later, that's your body responding to the sugar roller coaster. And here's another hidden risk, electrolyte imbalance. Because watermelon acts as a diuretic, it makes you urinate more. It can flush out essential minerals like magnesium and potassium, especially in seniors already on diuretic medications or with kidney concerns. This can lead to muscle cramps, heart rhythm issues, and worsening fatigue or weakness in the legs. Even more concerning, for those on blood pressure medications, the water loss can lead to sudden drops in blood pressure, resulting in dizziness, instability, or fainting, often mistaken as just aging. So how can you enjoy watermelon wisely? Eat small portions, a few cubes, not full slices. Always pair with a handful of nuts or seeds to slow sugar absorption. Never eat it on an empty stomach. Skip the blended smoothies or juice, which remove fiber and magnify the sugar effect. Watermelon may look like pure hydration, but for seniors, it's a fruit that can quietly drain your energy, disrupt your blood sugar, and throw off your balance. Next up, a fruit that's vibrant, juicy, and packed with vitamin C, but may thin your blood too much and cause digestive trouble. Let's talk about oranges. Fruit number 5, oranges, the citrus booster. That may thin your blood and upset your gut. They're bright, juicy, and loaded with vitamin C. Oranges are often praised as the go-to fruit for immunity and hydration, but for seniors, this citrus favorite may come with hidden risks, especially if you're dealing with blood pressure problems, blood thinners, or digestive sensitivity. Let's start with what's good. Oranges are rich in vitamin C, potassium, and citrus flavonoids, which support heart and immune function. But here's where things get complicated, especially after age 60. Oranges have natural blood thinning effects, which might sound helpful. But for seniors already 60 taking anticoagulants like warfarin or aspirin, this can lead to excessive blood thinning, increasing the risk of internal bruising, slow wound healing, or even nosebleeds and dizziness. This becomes even more serious if you're combining oranges with other blood-thinning foods or supplements like turmeric, garlic, or omega-3s. Now let's talk about digestion. While oranges are high in fiber, they're also highly acidic. For seniors with GERD acid reflux ulcers or weakened digestion, this level of acidity can trigger heartburn, stomach pain. Gas and bloating oranges also stimulate gastric juices, which may lead to irritation in the digestive tract, especially when eaten on an empty stomach or combined with starchy meals. Even orange juice, often seen as a health drink, is a major red flag. It removes the fiber and delivers pure sugar and acid in one concentrated hit, causing blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, and enamel erosion in aging teeth. So how can you enjoy oranges safely? Choose whole oranges, not juice. Eat half at a time, ideally with a meal. Avoid if you're on blood thinners unless cleared by your doctor. Switch to less acidic fruits like ripe pears or papaya. If you have gut issues, oranges may look like the perfect morning fruit. But for many seniors, they quietly thin the blood, inflame the stomach, and disrupt balance. Up next, a fruit that's creamy and trendy, but may overload your potassium and interfere with your heart meds. Let's talk about avocado. Fruit number 6, avocado, the healthy fat that can overwhelm aging kidneys and heart meds. It's rich, creamy, and praised by almost every nutritionist on earth. But for seniors, especially those with kidney concerns or heart conditions, avocados may not be the innocent superfood they seem to be. Yes, they're full of healthy fats, fiber, and potassium, but that's exactly where the problem begins. Let's talk about potassium, an essential mineral that keeps your heart rhythm steady and muscles functioning. One avocado contains a whopping 975 milligrams of potassium, nearly 25% of your daily requirement. Now, for a young, healthy person, that's great. But for seniors on blood pressure medications, ACE inhibitors, or with chronic kidney disease, that's a red flag. Here's why. Damaged or aging kidneys can't clear potassium efficiently. Potassium can build up in the blood. This can cause irregular heartbeat, muscle weakness, or even cardiac arrest in extreme cases, and it happens silently. No obvious symptoms until something goes wrong. And many seniors eat avocado daily, thinking it's helping their heart, but paired with potassium-sparing meds or weakened kidneys, it could be putting their heart at risk. There's more. Avocados are also high in fat, even though it's mostly monounsaturated. For some seniors with gallbladder issues or weakened digestion, this can slow down gastric emptying and lead to bloating, fullness, fatigue after meals. And for those watching their weight or calorie intake, it's easy to overeat avocado. Just half an avocado packs around 160 to 180 calories, and they're often added to toast, salads, or smoothies in large amounts. So how can you enjoy avocados without risk? Stick to 1/4 to 1/3 of an avocado per serving. Avoid if you've been advised to limit potassium, pair it with low potassium, high fiber vegetables to balance your plate. Always check with your doctor if you're on heart or kidney medications. Avocados are healthy, but not harmless. Especially as we age, good fats still need good judgment. Next up, a golden fruit that tastes like dessert, but may raise uric acid and worsen joint pain. Let's talk about mango. Fruit number 7, mango. The tropical treat that can trigger sugar spikes and joint inflammation. Sweet, juicy, and soft as sunshine, mangoes are often seen as nature's dessert. But for seniors, this tropical favorite could be contributing to the very symptoms you're trying to avoid, especially if you're living with joint pain, blood sugar issues, or chronic inflammation. Here's the problem. Mangoes are extremely high in fructose, a natural fruit sugar that absorbs quickly and, in excess, can overwhelm an aging metabolism. One medium mango contains around 45 grams of sugar, more than a full can of soda. That's not just sweet, it's a blood sugar bomb. For seniors who are insulin resistant, pre-diabetic, or diabetic, mangoes can cause sharp glucose spikes, energy crashes, and over time, damage to the nerves, blood vessels, and joints. But even beyond sugar, mangoes pose another hidden risk: uric acid elevation. Mangoes contain purines, natural compounds that break down into uric acid in the body. In seniors with gout, arthritis, or poor kidney function, too much uric acid can crystallize in the joints, causing severe joint pain, swelling, and painful flare-ups, especially in the feet and hands. Have you ever noticed more stiffness or aching after indulging in fruit smoothies or mango slices? You're not imagining it. Tropical fruits like mango may be part of the cause. And let's not forget how often mango is consumed in processed form, in juices, purees, yogurts, and canned syrups, where the sugar is even more concentrated and the fiber is stripped away. So what's the safe way to enjoy mango? Limit to a few small slices, no more than half a mango per serving, Never eat mango on an empty stomach. Pair it with protein or fat to slow absorption. Avoid mango if you're prone to gout or on uric acid-related medications. Mango may taste like a tropical escape, but for aging joints, blood vessels, and kidneys, it can quietly fuel the very inflammation you're trying to fight. Fruit number 8, lemon, the sour superfood. That may not be so safe for seniors. Lemons are seen as the ultimate detox food. Added to water, drizzled over vegetables, or used in teas and remedies, they're praised for being cleansing, refreshing, and healing. But for many seniors, lemons can quietly cause more harm than good, especially when consumed too often or in concentrated forms. Let's start with the acidity. Lemons are one of the most acidic fruits you can eat, and while that acid may help stimulate digestion in small doses, it can also cause major discomfort in aging bodies. For seniors with acid reflux, GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, stomach ulcers, or weakened tooth enamel, regular lemon intake can make things worse. That constant acid exposure can lead to burning in the chest or throat, tooth sensitivity and enamel erosion, irritated gums and oral inflammation, and digestive upset, especially when taken on an empty stomach. But there's more. Lemons may interact with certain medications. If you're on medications like diuretics, water pills, blood pressure, meds, potassium supplements, or even anti-inflammatories, the citric acid in lemon can affect absorption or irritate the stomach lining, increasing the risk of nausea or cramping. Many seniors drink lemon water daily, believing it's cleansing the body, but in large amounts it may actually disrupt your gut lining, cause dehydration if paired with diuretics, or interfere with your body's acid-base balance. So what's a safe way to enjoy lemon? Use it sparingly. A small squeeze over food is fine. Avoid lemon juice on an empty stomach. Always dilute heavily in water, and avoid daily use if you have reflux or ulcers. Rinse your mouth after drinking lemon water to protect your teeth. Lemons may appear healing, but for many seniors, they're acidic triggers hiding behind a healthy image. Next up, a fruit often considered heart-healthy, but its sugar concentration may actually spike your risk of inflammation and weight gain. Let's talk about apples. Fruit number 9. Apples, the classic comfort that can quietly spike blood, sugar, and bloat. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's one of the oldest health sayings out there. But when it comes to seniors, especially those dealing with blood sugar swings, joint pain, or digestive issues, apples may not be as harmless as we think. Let's start with sugar. A single medium apple contains around 19 grams of sugar, most of it in the form of fructose, which digests rapidly and can spike blood glucose if not balanced with protein or fiber. And here's the catch. As we age, our ability to process sugars declines. The result? Sharp insulin responses, fatigue an hour later, and in some cases, even increased inflammation and joint stiffness. Have you ever felt more tired or swollen after eating an apple, especially on an empty stomach? It's not your imagination. For seniors with prediabetes, insulin resistance, or arthritis, the sugar load in apples may silently add to your pain. But that's not all. Apples are also a high FODMAP fruit, which means they contain certain types of fermentable sugars that are hard to digest, especially for seniors with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, slow digestion, or a sensitive gut microbiome that can lead to gas, bloating, cramps, and even constipation or diarrhea, depending on how your body reacts, even worse. Store-bought apples are often coated with wax or pesticide residue, making the skin irritating to sensitive stomachs or those with mild food intolerances. So how can you make apples safer? Choose smaller, less sweet varieties like Granny Smith, Always pair with protein or fat like peanut butter or cheese. Avoid apple juice or dried apples. Both are concentrated sugar bombs. If you're sensitive, peel the skin and eat only a few slices at a time. Apples might be a comfort food from childhood, but in older age they require caution because what comforts the tongue may quietly challenge the body. Next up, a tiny fruit often seen as heart healthy, but in excess may thin your blood and inflame your joints. Let's talk about cherries. Fruit number 10, cherries, the sweet sleep aid that may thin your blood and aggravate pain. They're small, sweet, and often praised for helping with sleep and inflammation. But for seniors, cherries can be a double-edged sword, especially when eaten in excess or without understanding how they interact with your medications and body. Yes, cherries are rich in antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which can help reduce inflammation in joints and muscles. They also contain natural melatonin, making them a favorite for seniors looking to improve sleep. But here's what most people don't hear. Cherries, especially tart varieties, have natural blood-thinning properties. If you're already taking medications like aspirin, warfarin, clopidogrel, Plavix, then eating large amounts of cherries can intensify blood thinning, increasing your risk of bruising, bleeding gums, or nosebleeds, delayed wound healing, and there's more. Cherries are high in fructose, with 1 cup providing over 18 grams of sugar. That's almost the same as a scoop of ice cream, without the label warning. For seniors with insulin resistance, this sugar load can trigger energy crashes, raise inflammation, worsen conditions like gout, especially since cherries are often consumed when overripe or in dried form. Speaking of gout, many believe cherries help reduce uric acid, and they can, but only in small, controlled doses. For sensitive individuals, especially those with kidney or liver issues, too many cherries may actually contribute to uric acid buildup, water retention, and joint discomfort. So how can you enjoy cherries without the risk? Limit to 6 to 10 fresh cherries per serving, not bowls. Avoid cherry juice and dried cherries, which are high in sugar. Don't combine with blood-thinning foods or supplements unless cleared by your doctor. And avoid eating them right before medications that rely on liver or kidney metabolism. Cherries may be tiny, but their impact on a senior's body can be big, especially when the line between helpful and harmful gets crossed. If this video opened your eyes, take a moment to act on it. Your health doesn't depend on extreme diets or fear. It depends on small, smart choices made consistently. These 10 fruits aren't bad, but they can be harmful if you're over 60 and unaware of how your body reacts to sugar, acid, potassium, or medication interactions. So start by reviewing what's on your plate. Swap smarter, eat wiser, feel better. Like this video if it helped you. Comment below, which fruit are you cutting back on? Subscribe now for weekly videos that help you move better, age stronger, and feel in control of your body again. Because food isn't just fuel, it's your frontline defense after 60.